Good morning, my workplace warriors. Bring your coffee and sit with me because today we are talking about hope. Hope can help you through a difficult week, but hope can also keep you in the same painful workplace for years. You tell yourself things will improve after the busy period. My manager knows how hard I work. The promotion is coming. Once the new person starts, my workload will become manageable again. But the busy period never ends. The new person never arrives. The promotion moves further and further away, and you are still waiting. Welcome to episode 6 of Surviving the Workplace. In episode 5, we explored toxic workplaces, double standards, and why unfair treatment can make you blame yourself. Today, we are asking, why do I keep hoping my job will get better? The examples in this episode are illustrative. The people and names are invented, but the patterns are common in real workplace. Why do I keep waiting? My job will get better. Hope can make today's pain feel temporary, even when the same pain has continued for years. You may know that the job is hurting you, but you also remember the good days, the kind message from your manager, the project you enjoyed, the moment somebody praised your work. You think, maybe this is the beginning of change. Hope gives you somewhere to rest. It tells you that your effort will eventually be rewarded. It makes staying feel meaningful. But ask yourself, is my hope based on real change, or do I need to believe that change is coming because the truth feels too painful? Hope is not foolish, but hope needs evidence. Without evidence, hope can become another way of waiting. Am I staying for my job's potential? You may not be staying for the job you have. You may be staying for the job you still believe it could become. Maybe you can see what the workplace could be like with better leadership, more staff, clearer rules, fairer treatment. You imagine how good the job would feel if a few things changed. The potential may be real, but potential is not your daily experience. Potential does not reduce your workload today. It does not protect your health. It does not give you fair pay. It does not make an unavailable manager suddenly able to support you. Ask yourself, if nothing changed, would the job I have today be enough? Not the future job, not the promised job, the job you're actually living in now. Are workplace promises keeping me stuck? A promise can calm your fear of leaving without changing the reason you wanted to leave. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call her Leah. Leah had been doing work above her role for almost 2 years. Each time she raised it, her manager said, "We see your potential. We are reviewing the structure. There should be an opportunity soon. Leah felt relieved after the conversation. She believed her hard work had finally been noticed, so she stayed. She took one more responsibility to prove that she was ready. 6 months later, there was still no new title, no pay increase, and no clear date. There was simply another conversation about the future. The promise did not change Leah's job, it changed her willingness to keep waiting. That is why words can be so powerful. They can give you just enough hope to remain in a situation that is not truly moving anywhere. Why does one good day change my mind? One good day can make you doubt months of unhappiness. You decide that you have had enough. Then your manager praises you, a colleague makes you laugh, the workload becomes lighter for one afternoon. You think, maybe I overreacted. Maybe it isn't that bad. Maybe I should give it another chance. The good moment is real, but it does not erase the wider pattern. A difficult workplace can still contain kind people, enjoyable tasks, and moments of success. You do not need to pretend that every day is terrible before admitting that the overall situation is hurting you. Ask, is this a good moment, or is the workplace becoming consistently better? A moment can bring relief, a pattern creates safety. Is my workplace future vacant? If promises appear whenever people are close to leaving but disappear once they stay, the future may be being used to protect the present. Future faking does not only happen in romantic relationships. At work, it may sound like your promotion is coming. We'll review your pay next quarter. Things will calm down after this project. We're hiring more staff. Stay with us. Big opportunities are ahead. Not every broken workplace promise is deliberate manipulation. Budgets do change, plans fail, managers may make promises they genuinely hope to keep. The warning sign is repetition. The promise keeps you invested, your effort increases, but meaningful action does not follow. The question is not only, did they mean it? The question is, what happens after they say it? Why does my promotion keeps moving? If the next step is always one more task away, you may be doing the higher role without ever receiving it. Let me tell you about someone else. I'll call him Jordan. Jordan was told that he needed more leadership experience before being promoted. So he trained new colleagues, led meetings, covered for his manager. Then he was told that he needed to improve his technical skills. He did that too. Next, the company said there was no budget. Months later, Somebody else was hired into the role. Jordan was asked to help train them. Every time Jordan reached the target moved. He kept believing that one more achievement would make the answer yes. But there was never a clear agreement, only another reason to wait. If a promotion is being discussed, ask, what exactly must I demonstrate? Who makes the decision? When will the decision be made? What happens if I meet these requirements? A real development plan has actions, responsibility, and date. It is more than praise and possibility. Am I loyal to an unavailable workplace? You may be given loyalty to a workplace that keeps asking for more but will not clearly choose you. You stay because the team needs you. You do not want to abandon your colleagues. You remember who supported you when you started. You feel grateful for the opportunities you received. Loyalty can be beautiful, but loyalty should not travel in only one direction. Ask yourself, does the workplace protect my time? Does it recognize my contribution? Does it support my development? Does it respond when I say I'm struggling? Would it show me the loyalty it expects from me? A workplace can appreciate you and still replace you. That truth may feel harsh, but it can also return something important to you. Your right to make decisions based on your life, not only the needs of the organization. Why do I ignore what work is costing me? When you focus on what might improve, you can stop noticing what waiting is taken from you now. You may be losing sleep, confidence, energy, time with your family, interest in things you once enjoyed. You may spend Sunday worrying about Monday. You may need the whole weekend to recover. You may keep delaying your job search because the next workplace announcement might finally bring good news. Waiting has a cost, not only in time, in who you are becoming while you wait. Ask yourself, if nothing changes for another year, what will this job cost me? This is not meant to frighten you, it is meant to bring your present life back into conversation. Why am I afraid to leave my job? The workplace you know may feel safer than the future you cannot predict. Even when the workplace you know is hurting you, you may worry that the next job will be worse, that you will earn less, that you will fail your probation, that nobody else will hire you, that leaving will prove you were not strong enough. You know the personalities, rules, and dangers of your current workplace. A new job contains unknown, so your mind may prefer familiar pain to unfamiliar possibility. That does not make you weak, it means uncertainty feels risky. You do not have to resign tomorrow. You can create choices slowly. Research other roles, update your CV, build savings where possible, speak with other people outside your organization. A thoughtful plan can make change feel less jumping and more like building a bridge. What is workplace hope protecting? Your hope may be protecting you from grieving the career you thought this job would give you. Maybe this role was meant to be your big opportunity, the place where your hard work would finally be recognized, the career that made all your sacrifices worthwhile. Admitting that the job may not become what you hoped can feel like losing a dream. You may also fear that leaving means wasting the years you invested. But staying longer does not return the time already spent. It only decides what happens to the next part of your life. Ask yourself, what would I have to feel if I stopped believing that this workplace will change? Disappointment? Anger? Grief? Fear? The hope may be keeping those feelings away, but those feelings may also contain the truth that helps you move forward. What can I do when my job never changes? You do not need to wait for another promise. You need something clear enough to measure. Write down what you have been told will change. Ask who is responsible for this change, what action will happen, when will it happen, what evidence will show that it has happened. Then decide what you will do if nothing changes. That may mean reducing unpaid extra work, updating your CV, seeking advice outside this organization, applying elsewhere, or setting a date to review your position. And if you understand the pattern but still feel unable to act, this is where my deep private work can help. I cannot change your manager or guarantee a promotion, but I can help you explore why waiting feels safer than choosing, what your hope may be protecting, and why another person's approval has so much power over your future. If you recognize this pattern and feel ready to change what is within your control, you can book a free clarity call, and I'm always here to listen. Episode 6, Reflection on Workplace Hope. Today, we're separating what has been promised from what has actually changed. Take a piece of paper and complete these sentences. The change I keep waiting for is what I have been promised is the action that followed is what remains the same is what waiting is costing me is the choice I can begin creating is. Then ask yourself, if nobody made me another promise, what would the reality of this job tell me? Do not rush the answer. let it be honest. What do I take from episode 6 about workplace hope? You are allowed to stop building your future around promises that never become plans. Hope is not weakness. Loyalty is not foolishness, but neither should require you to put your life on hold. A workplace may contain good people and still be wrong for you. A manager may value you and still be unable to offer what you need. You do not have to prove that every promise was a lie. You only need to notice whether the promised future is being built. Before you go, let's do some grounding. Place both of your feet on the floor and take a slow, deep breath in and out. Then gently remind yourself, I can honor what I hoped for. I am allowed to look at what is true today. My future does not belong to another person's promise. In the next episode, we will ask, how do I stop abandoning myself at work? We will bring everything together: burnout, overgiving, exclusion, toxic patterns, and the painful process of choosing yourself. Please subscribe so you do not miss the final episode of Surviving the Workplace mini-series. For today, remember, a promise may give you hope, but only consistent action can give you a different working life. I'm sending you so much love and light. Speak soon.